What's going on, everybody? This is Kookie217 coming at you with some more Resident Evil news. So, Resident Evil 9 has a release date. It is slated for February of 2026, and it also has some gameplay details. This article comes from Polygon, and I'm going to read a couple of segments for you guys, then come back with my commentary. Capcom unveiled Resident Evil Requiem, aka Resident Evil 9, at the Summer Game Fest, and everyone immediately had more questions. Requiem appears to reimagine the Resident Evil series, building on concepts introduced in the original game, while shifting the focus back to horror over action. Rumors point to Requiem being a conclusion to existing storylines and a fresh jumping-on point for the franchise's future, a direction strongly hinted at in the trailer. With a February 2026 release date incoming, here's everything we know about Resident Evil Requiem so far. In the trailer released June 6, we meet Grace Ashcroft, the protagonist of Resident Evil Requiem, a technical analyst for the FBI writing about a deceased individual found at an abandoned government office. She's interrupted by her boss, who is assigning her to a murder case at the Redwood Hotel. She receives horrific flashbacks of the dilapidated hotel before her boss says that's where Grace's mother was murdered. He then mentions that Alyssa Ashcroft, from Resident Evil Outbreak, died 8 years ago and that it's time for her to face the past. Though Grace and Alyssa share a last name, their exact relationship remains unclear. Many assume Alyssa is Grace's mother, but it's never explicitly said. There are first and third person modes. A gameplay demo featured during Summer Game Fest revealed that the game will be playable in both first and third person perspectives, and that players can switch between them. The demo itself takes place during one of the sequences in the trailer, with Grace latched to a medical table, very much afraid as she attempts to navigate the creepy house she's in before running into a big, snarling monster lady. After seemingly meeting her demise, the game starts again, showing Grace in third-person mode. Grace is not a fighter. During the SGF presentation, representatives from Capcom described Grace as a protagonist who doesn't know her way around a gun, making her much different from the average Resident Evil protagonist. Despite being a return to form of its survival horror origins, Capcom says the 9th mainline Resident Evil promises deeply terrifying aspects of psychological horror with pulse-pounding action. So although she won't be as skilled as Leon S. Kennedy, fans should still expect some action to go along with their survival horror. I happen to like the direction that Resident Evil 9 is going. I've always been a fan of the first-person aspect of Resident Evil, and I've never been a fan of third-person shooters. But for this particular game, I'm looking forward to seeing how the first-person and the third-person mechanics will work in this new game. I think giving fans a chance to explore the ruins of the Raccoon City Police Department was a smart move on Capcom's part. I'm definitely looking forward to exploring the Raccoon City Police Department ruins when I pick up the game in 2026. It will give that abandoned exploration site feel, and I think that Capcom was wise to capitalize on that particular hobby with people who like to explore abandoned and ruined sites. I'd also like to add that I'm glad that Capcom is returning to its survival horror roots, making Resident Evil 9 absolutely terrifying. And Grace Ashcroft, her not knowing her way around the gun, is a breath of fresh air in my opinion. I think she's going to have great character development when the game releases, and I'm looking forward to seeing her story. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, your thoughts and expectations of the game. Like, comment, subscribe, or support me on Patreon. And as always, this is Kooky217. Take care, you guys.